Very good morning to you all, and welcome to week 4 of the Sunshine Owl Cal. Last week we worked rounds 27 to 37 of the pattern, and your total stitch count is now 12 by 9 double crochet shells and 15 single crochets. That 15 single crochets includes the one in each corner. This week we'll be working rounds 38 to 47, which is a total of 10 rounds. You will notice that the number of rounds released each week is decreasing. This is deliberate as your blanket is growing, so it is going to take a little longer to work your way around. I hope you're still having fun. Let's get to it. We're now going to begin round 38. Vanessa's pattern calls for us to use the same color as we did for round 37. If you didn't fasten off at the end of round 37, then please slip stitch to the corner chain 2 space. If you did fasten off as I did, then please join your yarn in any of the corner chain 2 spaces. I am going to do so using a standing treble crochet. You may use whichever method you prefer. Standing treble crochet, starting with a slip stitch, yarn over the hook twice, into the 2 chain corner space, pull up a loop, take off 2, 1, take off another 2, and take off a third 2, which makes it your treble. Into that same space, make another treble crochet, do 2 chains and another 2 treble crochets to form your corner. I've got a bit of a split there, it's sorted. And that's what we have got so far. Then into the hidden stitch, make another treble crochet, so it's 2. This yarn is splitting rather badly, I'll just have to carry on working with it. And then into the next single crochet we're going to do 2 treble crochets. Now if we look at the edge that we're working on, we have 5 treble crochets after the corner 2 chain. Then we are going to do 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the 5th double crochet from the previous round we're going to make a single crochet. Please make sure that you start counting from the correct place, which will be this stitch here. That is our first double crochet there, so that is our first count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th one we're going to do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3 chains, and we're now going to do 2 trebles into the next single crochet from the previous round, which is this one down here. 1 and 2. Okay, and then another 3 chain, 1, 2, 3 chain, and again counting 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do a single crochet. 3 chains, and again 2 trebles into the next single crochet from the previous round. Continue in this manner until you have completed 12 of these repeats here, and you'll then find yourself just before the next corner. Please wait for me. You should now be just before the corner, having finished your 12 repeats. Now into that last stitch just before the corner, work 1 treble crochet. Oh, this yarn is splitting so badly for me today. Let's try that again. Okay, and then into the corner 2 chain space, 2 treble crochets, 2 chains, and another 2 treble crochets. And we do exactly the same for the following 3 edges. I'm now going to work a treble crochet into the first hidden stitch, and then 2 treble crochets into the next single crochet, 3 chains, and into the 5th one, 2, 3, 4, 5, a single crochet, and 1, 2, 3, 2 treble crochets into the next single crochet from the previous round, and continue in this manner until you reach the end of this particular round. And I will see you we're now at the end of round 38, and I am going to fasten off, and using my invisible join I'm going to join the end of the row to the beginning. You may use a slip stitch or whichever method is your preferred method. This happens to be my preferred method. Okay. And we're now going to move on to round 39. Moving on to round 39. Join in any corner using either your 1 chain or your standing single crochet. I'm using a standing single crochet, 2 chains, and another single crochet. Then we're going to work 4 single crochets, beginning with your hidden stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We then have 2 more treble crochets left. Between those 2 we're going to work another single crochet, splitting again, single crochet. Then into this top single crochet we're going to work 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then between the next 2 treble crochets you're going to work a single crochet. You'll see that it's mirroring 2 rows back. Again into the single crochet at the top of the fan, work 9 double crochets. Oops, I've got a little one that's catching there. Try and get past it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then between the 2 treble crochets from the previous row a single crochet. Okay, do this 11 times and I will see you just before the next corner. Right, I'm just before the first corner of round 39, and here it gets just a little bit tricky, so just watch carefully. Make a single crochet between the first 2 trebles leading up to this corner. Then you need to make another one in the hidden stitch of the second treble from the previous corner. So we're going to go 1 and 2 single crochets, 3 and 4 single crochets. It's just this little one into that first hidden stitch of the second treble of the previous row that you need to be careful of. And then a single crochet, 2 chains, a single crochet into the corner, and then working into the first hidden stitch, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I've split there, let me just fix that. And then a single crochet between the 4th and 5th treble of the previous row. And then we're going to continue doing our 9 double crochet clusters. Eight and 9, and then we do our single crochet between those 2 trebles from the previous row. Okay, continue along the remaining edges until you reach the beginning of this row and join either with your invisible join or a slip stitch, and I will see you at the beginning of round 14. I am back again just for a little aside as I'm going along. I've just discovered that I made a mistake in the previous row. I should have 5 trebles here and I've only got 4. So how do I go about fixing that without frogging the whole row? It's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to cut it out and I will show you how I'm going to fix this. Going to carefully unravel from the previous row. You'll see that it comes out quite easily. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back to there. This is where I went wrong. I should have had 2 treble crochets in this particular stitch here, and I landed up with only 1. So just going to make sure that I've got a bit of an end that I can then sew away later. I'm battling a little bit because I left my glasses in South Africa and I'm using reading glasses which aren't prescription, so I'm finding life a little bit difficult at the moment. My glasses are in the post, so hopefully will be with me by tomorrow or the next day. So I'm now going to redo my treble crochet there, and I'm going to join in a new piece of yarn there, and just taking that out of the way. So I need 5 as I've gone around the corner. So into that corner I'm going to do another treble crochet. And into the hidden stitch, another one. I didn't do a treble, I did a double. So after we've turned the corner, I've got 3, and I need to add the one that I was missing into there. Okay, so I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I can now cut that, and again I'm going to use an invisible join to bring that together. And I have now fixed the error without frogging the whole row. I now have my 5 treble crochets, and I can continue. Round 14. This is worked in the same color as round 39, so if you haven't finished off, then please slip stitch to the corner chain 2 space. If you have finished off like I did because I wanted to start a new ball of yarn, then start with a treble crochet and another treble crochet, 2 chains and 2 treble crochets in the corner. So just to recap, our starting corner consists of 2 treble crochets, 2 chains, 2 treble crochets. We're then going to do a treble crochet into each of the next 6 stitches. Remember to work your first one into your hidden stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is what we have. If you count your treble crochets on this edge, you'll find you've got 2, 4, 6, 8 leading up to your first fan. At this point we're going to do 3 chains, 1, 2, 3 chains, and into the 5th double crochet from the previous row a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a single crochet. 1, 2, 3 chains and into the next single crochet work 2 trebles. I'm going to do this all the way along this edge, and I will see you at the next corner. Just notice that this is a very similar row to the 1, 2 back. I'll see you soon. I'm at the end of the first edge of row 40, and at this point you should have 12 repeats across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And what we're going to now do is 6 treble crochets into the last 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If your stitch count is correct, you should now be at the point just before the 2 chains from the previous round. Into those we are now going to work 2 trebles. 1, 2, 2 chains and another 2 trebles. Our corner is now complete. Now we continue in exactly the same manner for the next 3 sides. So we start with a treble crochet in the first hidden stitch, and we do 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And now we start with our 1, 2, 3 chains and a single crochet in the 5th double crochet from the previous row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a single crochet. 1, 2, 3 and a treble into the next single crochet, which will be that one down there. and continue in this manner all the way around until you're back at the start of the row. Join with either your invisible join or a slip stitch, and I will see you for row 41 shortly. Round 41. We're going to start by making 2 half double crochets, 2 chain and 2 half double crochets in a corner space. My preference is to join with a standing half double crochet. You may join with 2 chains if that is your preference. So we have 2 half double crochets, 2 chains and another 2 half double crochets. Then continue to work in half double crochets. We're going to do 8 into the next 8 treble crochets from the previous round. 1, 2, don't miss that hidden stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You should now be at the first 3 chain space from the previous round. Into that work another 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Work 1 more into the top of the next single crochet, and then work 4 half double crochets into the next 3 chain space. This is slightly asymmetrical. On the other side you worked 3, on this side you're going to work 4. And then 1 half double crochet into each of the 2 trebles from the previous round. And let's just stop there and recap. We have 2 half double crochets, 2 chains and 2 half double crochets in the corner. We have 8 half double crochets, 3 chain into the first 3 chain space, 1 half double crochet into the top of the single crochet which forms the top of the fan, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the next 3 chain space, and 1 into each of the trebles of the previous. Now we are going to repeat the sequence from there to there until we reach the end of this edge. So it'll be, do it one more time for you, half double crochet 1, 2, 3, 1 into the top of that stitch there, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 half double crochet into the top of each of those treble crochets from the previous round. Let's just have a look at what we've got there. And we are going to repeat this little sequence until we've done it 11 times. So I will see you just before the next corner. When you get to the end of this edge, work a further 4 half double crochets into the last 3 chain space, and then work another 8 half double crochets into the next 8 stitches. Please don't miss the hidden stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we are going to complete our corner by doing 2 half double crochets, 2 chains and 2 half double crochets. Right, now at this point it is very, very important that you count those stitches. Please don't go any further without counting them. It's quite easy to make a mistake because of the fact that we're working 3 into the 3 chain space and 4 into the other 3 chain space. It's very easy to make a mistake. So please stop and count your stitches. You should have 138 half double crochets, including the 2 corner half double crochets on each side. I'll be back with you once we've all okay, I've checked and I definitely have 138 half double crochets across that first edge. Now we're going to continue in exactly the same manner by starting to work a half double crochet into the first hidden stitch and making a total of 8 across the starting piece here. 7 and 8. We are now back at our 3 chain space, and into that one we're going to work 3 half double crochets, into there 1 half double crochet, into the next 3 chain space 4 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet into the first treble from the previous row and 1 into the next, and continue in this manner until you have worked all the way around to where you started off this row. Join either with a slip stitch or an invisible join, and I will see you for the next row shortly. Now at the beginning of row 42, and here's some groans coming. This row is very straightforward but a little bit fiddly because we're going to be doing back post double crochets. To start with, we're going to do 5 double crochets into the corner space. So as usual, I'm going to join with a standing double crochet, which forms my first one. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we should land up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets in that first corner chain space. We're then going to do back post double crochets all the way along. So inserting your hook from behind, go around the post, draw up a loop, through once and through twice. Show you again, yarn over, go into the back, grab the post, pull up stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over from the back, go around the post, pull up through 2, through 2. Continue in this manner all the way around. So when you reach the next corner, 5 double crochets, and then continue with your back post double crochets until you are back here and join either with your slip stitch or your invisible join. I will see you at the end of the row. Just a little tip at this stage in the pattern. After the last row that I did in the grey, I felt that the work might be coming quite wavy, so I did use a half size smaller hook for the green row. Use your discretion to decide whether or not you should do this at this stage, and I will see you at the end of the row. Once you've completed the last round, which was 43, you should have a stitch count of 146 half double crochets on each side, and that will include 2 in each corner. Before we start round 44, I just want to talk about working in the back loop only. If we have a look at the stitch here, what you normally do is you work through those 2 stitches there. When we're working through the back loop only, we'll pick up the back loop only, but we anchor it by going down into that stitch that's there. You just have a look at it from the front. You've missed the front one, but you've actually picked up 2 stitches over there. I hope that's clear. This just means that the work won't pull very big loops up. It'll hold it nice and firmly. So to get started on this round, starting with 2 half double crochets, 2 chains and 2 half double crochets in your corner space. I'm going to go in there, half double crochet, another half double crochet, 2 chain and another 2 half double crochets. It's our corner formed. We're now going to do we're going to skip the first stitch, the hidden stitch. This is your hidden stitch, skip that one, go into your first back loop and then pick up the loop that falls behind that stitch and do a half double crochet. Go to the next one and pick up both loops. It's reasonably simple once you get the hang of it. So into the back loop only and pick up the other one as well. I picked up a bit of extra there. Okay, so just go down into the stitch and you should pick up both quite easily. You see how straightforward it is. And down, pick up both, and down, pick up both. So what we have here is this little line that is being formed by not working into that front loop. Continue in this manner till we get to the next corner. In the next corner, do exactly the same as you've done here. 2 half double crochets, 2 chains, 2 half double crochets, and then working half double crochets in the back loop only all the way around until you're back at the start again. And I will see you when we're back. Good morning. 5, and your stitch count per side should be 149 half double crochets. That count includes 2 in each corner. Round 45 is exactly the same as round 44. So what we're going to do is start with 2 half double crochets in any corner, 2 chain and another 2 half double crochets to form our first corner. It's 2 half double crochets, 2 chain and another 2 half double crochets. Again, we skip the first hidden stitch, which is this one over here, and then we're going to work through the back loops only. And if you recall from last row, we pick up both those stitches behind to anchor it firmly. So we're going to go half double crochet, so once over the hook, and just slip it through. Once you get used to this, it's pretty straightforward, and pull it through to because I'm not wearing my proper spectacles, I'm not seeing very well, so let's just try that again. And there we go. And we carry on doing this all the way to the next corner. In the next corner, we're going to do our 2 half double crochets, 2 chains, 2 half double crochets, and continue all the way until you're back at the beginning, and join either with your slip stitch or with an invisible join, whichever is your preference. At the end of round 45, you should have 152 half double crochets per side, and that includes counting the 2 in the corner. So I will see you when we get back there. We're almost at the end. You should now be at the end of round 45, and your stitch count should be 152 half double crochets per side, and that will include 2 in each corner. Moving on to round 46, we're going to start off with 1 single crochet, 2 chain and 1 single crochet into any of the corner spaces. Slightly different from the previous row, but only in the corners. 1 single crochet, 2 chains and another single crochet. We're then going to do a single crochet, back loop only, skipping the first hidden stitch. So we're not going to work into that one, but in this one we're going to now do a single. Again, remembering to always pick up both loops at the back, just to anchor it nice and firmly to the work. And we're going to continue with our back loop only single crochets all the way to the next corner. In the next corner, do single crochet, 2 chains, single crochet, and continue until you are all the way around to here. We only have one more row once this one is completed of week 4. We should now all be at the end of round 46, and your stitch count should be 153 single crochets per side, and that count includes 1 single crochet in each corner. Round 47, this is our final round of week 4, and what we are now going to do is in the same color as round 46. Right, moving on to round 47. We're going to work in the same color as round 46, so please slip stitch to the corner, chain 2 that is closest to you, and make a chain 2, which will count as your first double crochet, another double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 double crochet in the same space. We're then going to chain 1. We're going to skip a stitch and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Your skipped stitch will be your first hidden stitch. And chain 1, skip a stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet in the next stitch. Continue all the way to the next corner, and I will see you when we get there. Okay, now at the next corner, 1 chain, and you should have 1 stitch left, and into the corner 2 double crochets, 2 chain, 2 double crochets. One chain, miss this hidden stitch, and 1 double crochet, 1 chain, miss a stitch, 1 double crochet, all the way to the end. Each side should have 80 double crochets with a chain space in between over there, and the chain spaces will be 77 chain 1 spaces. Please continue until you finish this particular round and join either with your slip stitch or with your invisible join, and that is the end of week 4. I will be back with you as soon as I have week 5 available to me. Enjoy.